The Battle of Him Lam, the feat of hero Phan Dinh Giot, who used his own body to block the embrasure. Why were Vietnamese soldiers, with only rudimentary guns and explosives, able to confront and overcome the modern firepower raining down from the fortified bunkers and strongholds of the French to claim victory? Lucky?
No.
The enemy's carelessness?
No.
An advantage of the terrain?
No.
Then what was the reason? Right now, let us look back at a moment from the very first battle that opened the Dien Bien Phu campaign, the moment of a Vietnamese hero, Phan Dinh Giot. On the afternoon of March 13, 1954, Battalion 58 of the Vietnam People's Army opened fire to launch the Dien Bien Phu campaign at the Him Lam stronghold. The unequal battle between the Vietnamese troops and the French forces raged fiercely. Waves of French firepower poured down relentlessly, causing heavy casualties for the Vietnamese soldiers. They had to fight desperately for every stronghold, every hilltop. French gunfire poured out relentlessly from the embrasures, causing many Vietnamese soldiers to heroically sacrifice their lives. An embrasure is a narrow opening just wide enough for observation and for placing a weapon to fire through, commonly built in the upper or lower parts of military structures such as fortresses and bunkers. Behind the embrasure, the wall is usually cut at an angle greater than 30 degrees, giving the gunner a wider field of vision and firing angle. To destroy the fortified bunkers, the Vietnamese troops turned to using satchel charges, explosive blocks designed to demolish enemy fortifications. On the battlefield, soldier Phan Dinh Giot was ablaze with the same fighting spirit as his comrades. The struggle dragged on past 10 p.m. When carrying the 9th satchel charge, he was wounded in the thigh, yet he still pressed forward to attack with the 10th. The French concentrated their firepower, raining bullets down on the battlefield. Giot was carried to the rear for bandaging, but the bleeding did not stop. Immediately afterward, he seized 2 more satchel charges along with his submachine gun, charging ahead to clear the way for his comrades to destroy bunkers number 1 and number 2. In that charge, he was again seriously wounded in the shoulder, losing much blood and forced to fall back for medical aid. However, enemy fire from bunker number 3 continued to blaze fiercely, causing many of our soldiers to fall before the enemy's guns, and the formation was pinned down, unable to advance. In that critical moment, Phan Dinh Giot resolved to use the last of his strength, dragging himself toward bunker number 3. With a burning will to silence the enemy's fire point, he rose, clutching the explosive charge, and hurled himself against the embrasure, using his own body to block it so that his comrades could surge forward. Many comrades tried to stop him, but none could restrain his burning resolve. Once the enemy fire point was silenced, our troops immediately surged forward, capturing and taking control of the Him Lam stronghold on March 13, 1954, a resounding opening victory for the Dien Bien Phu campaign. The enemy's guns fell silent, but hero Phan Dinh Giot had bravely laid down his life. His body was torn apart by shells and bullets, and he fell at 10:30 p.m. on March 13, 1954, at just 32 years of age. Born during a time of war, orphaned of his father at an early age, his father perished in the famine. Phan Dinh Giot's childhood was marked by hardship and deprivation. On the day he joined the army, all he carried in his hand was a handful of rice his mother had borrowed to see him off. With his very body, he traded his life for the victory of the fatherland. the name of Phan Dinh Giot has become an eternal symbol of Vietnamese revolutionary heroism.